Hi, this is Jay Strachey with Drilling Contractor at the IADC HSET Conference and Exhibition here in Houston, Texas. Joining with me today is Chuck Barbie, Director of Recommendations for the U.S. Chemical Safety Board. Chuck, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
So in your presentation, you talked about the prior Trustwell incident and the subsequent fire. Can you please tell us about this incident for people who might not be familiar with it?
This happened on January 22nd of 2018. It resulted from a tripping of pipe. They were basically pulling the pipe out of the well to replace a bit. And as they went through that operation, they had an influx of gas that was not monitored well. They were not aware of it. Eventually that resulted in a blowout, which resulted in the catastrophic life of 5 employees.
And so in your presentation, you also mentioned that the CSB made 5 recommendations to API regarding this incident. Could you tell us about what those recommendations were?
They actually do a lot of work that benefits the industry on the safety side of the house. In this particular case, they were asked to address sort of that safety piece. The contractors, they ran into something called the doghouse, which is the driller's shack. And we looked at ways to help improve safety around that when there is a blowout, whether it be to move it, whether it be to give them additional safety routes and whatnot. We also asked them to look at alarm management. There were a lot of alarms that were going off. A lot of them had nothing to do with the driller that's sitting in the doghouse. And so in this particular case, in this incident, the alarms were silenced. And so they had no idea what was coming after that. Additionally, API was asked to look at automating the BOP or the blowout preventer activation. There's all kinds of things that happen within a well that could potentially trigger that without the need for that human intervention, just in case that human's not capable of doing it, which is what happened in the prior trust case. Additionally, we asked them to lay out guidelines for underbalance drilling, managed drilling, and overbalance drilling, because these are all things that people are very, very familiar with, but it's not really a standardized set of procedures and recommended practices that sort of lay it out to keep it consistent across the board.
And then could you tell us why it is so important for the industry to collaborate together to further improve and address safety?
Oh, absolutely. And it's the same collaboration, not just within the industry, but with potential regulators, with standard developing organizations, basically anybody that brings safety to the table. The more widespread you communicate these preventative measures, the more everybody benefits. And again, the ultimate goal is to make sure everybody comes home at night safely to their family.
Chuck, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very, very much for having me.
And thank you for joining us at drillingcontractor.org.